Good morning and welcome to Now Streaming, reaching you live from the Avent Cable Network Nigeria here in the nation's capital. It's a new week, a brand new week, and as we all know of the recent event that took place on Saturday in Anambra State, the governorship election held, and the then governor who will be coming back gained his victory with about 422,664 votes, winning all 21 local governments in Anambra State. And the closest to him got about 99,444 votes, which is a huge margin for such victory. No one came close to him, and it's been a thing of comments on the lips of Nigerians saying, was this election really free and fair? Or also some are also saying that there were so many vote buyings. Also in the Anambra are also asking, is this really what we want? Is this really who we voted for? Are we ready for another 4 years with Soludo's government? And we are here to ask the hard questions. With me in the studio this morning is my co-anchor Rachel Egbuno. Rachel, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Somto. Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to Now Stream this morning.
Yeah, you're looking beautiful, Rachel.
Thank you. And India Anambra has decided.
did Indi Anambra really decide, or they decided for Indi Anambra?
Okay, we'll get to that because of our discussion.
All right, and also with us in the studio to do justice to what we have before us is a political analyst, Mr. Obinna Oguche. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
Thank you. And also, viewers, please be reminded that DIFCON 2025 begins today at the National Christian Center. It's a time of revival, a time of encounter. Please be part of us. But before we delve into our major stories that are before us this morning, let's take a quick look at some of our dailies that came in early. And I'll be allowing Rachel to steer that ship.
All right, thank you, Somto. I'll start with the Vanguard newspaper, and I'll take it above the masthead. Plots to take over Nestor Nekon's interest in OML 42 unravels, and the kicker says foreign lenders, major banks join fight to overturn sweeping court orders. Court halls proceedings amid NJC chief judge petitions. The story starts from the front page and it continues on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. To the lead story, which happened over the weekend, Anambra showdown. How Soludo's tsunami swept all 21 local government areas. The kicker says Governor hails INEC security agencies. Poll records best turnout in 20 years. Candidates, stakeholders, faith governor, winners and losers. Serap warns sponsors of vote buying probed, prosecuted. And Anambra Rec dismisses claims of vote buying. The last kicker here says Tinubu congratulates winner, says his re-election affirms visionary leadership. See story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And beside that, we'll have the results of the local government areas of the just concluded governorship election in Anambra State. And below this, we have federal government exceeds 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%, expected to hit 80% by year end. Story on page 19. And kicker here says it has this bold on it: Trump, Anglican primates to federal government, seek foreign help if you can't stop killings. Nigeria records 81% drop in terror-related deaths since 2015. This is coming from the presidency, and the story can be found on page 9. On that same page, US watch list. Nigeria not in religious war, coming from the NSCIA. Still on that same page 9, UK warns against travel to 6 states. I guess 6 states in Nigeria. That story should be on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And the last story here says autonomy. No evidence to show allocations reach local government directly. ICPC orders. Story on page 13. Moving now to the Punch newspaper above the masthead. Crude oil revenue plunges by 43%. Story on page 33. And on page 8, drugs. Regina Nwokwo in fresh bitter shoulder. Why are you smiling? Okay, that story is on page 8. And on page 2, Soludo's Anambra win sparks political storms. The lead story here says PDP crisis, 3,000 delegates sets for high-stake convention. That should be on the 15th of this month. And the kicker is Makinde Wike camp straight blows as delegates gear up for convention. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And we have this picture story, recruits of the 89 regular intakes of the Depot Nigerian Army, Oshogbo, Osun State, in action during the inter-company obstacle crossing competition in Oshogbo. This happened on Saturday. And now to the bottom strip story. Federal government vows tighter security after UK flags northern states unsafe. Story on page 9. And 15 girls rescued from Ondo sex trafficking network. See the story on page 4. And the last story here says Aregbeshola's backing can't save Adeleke, coming from APC chieftain. Story on page 9. Somto, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that. We'll be moving on to the Guardian newspaper this morning, and we'll start with the picture story we have there. It's page 5. It says HIDA urges Tinubu to pause 15% fuel import tariff amid hardship. The story we can find on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. And on page 3 we have a story that says court hears motion on PDP November convention today. And also a story still on that page 3 says IMF and Nigeria discusses reforms, new development plan. And then the major story we have there, which is still on the lips of every Nigerian, is the just concluded Anambra election. And that story we can find on page 6. It says Soludo triumphs in Anambra as ADC observes decree votes by. And the picture story there, we can see the numbers of votes that were allocated to the top 3 parties that came out victorious. And also just beside that, the story we have on page 5 says is coming from the Awujala. Olaumi warns against violation of traditional customary law. The story we can find on page 5. And also the story on page 6, Trump's comment strengthens national unity. NSCIA warns, demands retraction. The story we can find on page 6. And lastly, the story we'll take this morning, it's on page 7, that says Serap both party urge INEC to prosecute vote buyers. And this is all we have to take this morning from our Nigerian dailies. So please, we encourage you to get any of this dailies newspaper and get to read any of the story that interests you, so you can stay informed on the happening in our nation. But before we dive into our conversation this morning, we have some videos we would love you to take a look at.
She told me to come and show her that she don't know. She don't know what. She don't know what. She don't know what.
And then other things that are follows. And he says he's going to go to get back there and then look at it and then get back to me. Well, I've not heard from him yet, but head hotel, it has been, like you said, it's a big monster that has to be addressed. If not, it will take us to back, better than where we have been before now. You know, worse than where we have been before now. But in all, if there's no seller, there cannot be a buyer. If nobody's not selling, nobody will be buying.
But if there's no demand, there cannot be a supply. So I think the buyer should be the problem first.
Well, there are some of you accept to sell your conscience even worse than the person who buying it. Because you must donate your right, donate whosoever you are. Because that's the right of the citizen. So when you now decide to donate it, and somebody takes it, you can't cry foul. So you blame the society for it.
Well, quickly, yesterday we had the Commissioner of Police, Abayomi, yesterday, and we asked him about Ihiala, which is a flashpoint. He said they were very certain that elections will hold there. What do your feelers in Ihiala tell you?
Well, so far there has not been an incident of any mishap or something. Of course, generally, during election, you experience one riot here and there, but unrest here and there. But so far, they've not complained that anybody has died or somebody has been hurt. Okay, so there are incidents where they are beating people up here and there, especially they just called me in adult. One of our agents at Oto was beaten up.
Where in Oto, sir?
Oto is a community.
No, I would like Central School Oto. Like, do you
I didn't say exactly where. But when you look at those things, it is come from a point of bullying people maybe because you don't want to. It might seem good for you today. Many people have been incumbents. If you are no more tomorrow, you think you cry for this side. But if you are, you think that you're doing right. But you know, God gives power. Whosoever He gives, chooses, He gives.
Thank you, gentlemen.
From where I come from, they will say she does not hear the language, but she knows the snippet of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's inducement, and of course, it's all against electoral law. But again, the problem is that, the second leg is that I'll use this opportunity to call on Amikputon to move in as much. I'm sure maybe before he was appointed, he would have asked the president, Tinubu, that I hope you give me all the powers. One of the things I want is that because I'm a lawyer, and that's like well expected by us in legal community, that the issue of the election tribunal should be set up. Because all these things come on and unpunished. The various things that will happen in Anambra now will happen, and nothing will happen. This election, I guess, in 2014 or so, the first election of Peter Obi, if you remember, Obusi was a very hot place. And of course, some INEC officers compromised the process. Till tomorrow, nothing has happened in that regard. So if there is punishment, I guess that may stop this issue. You saw the EFCC people coming up. I hope they will be able to make these people this thing that is happening. They will get some hands on it. They will fish them, then they will prosecute them. So they will now put a lie to my statement that they just came to grandstand. I don't think they should allow that to happen. But when it's the issue of grandstanding, people are arrested along the line. Either there is a call from above, or there are some influences or compromise. Then the whole thing goes on, and the next election again, it happens. So, but the issue is that once this thing has been arrested through the following up with the due process of prosecuting, and those who are involved are made to face the rule of the law squarely, then it will deter those who are involved.
But what are the consequences?
Setups. I just come out to say thank you to all of you, and to the Anambra and to Nigerians. Well, this is a moment to say congratulations to the Anambra. You have spoken. 4 years ago, you spoke. You gave us your mandate, and then, of course, Anambra experimented the first time with BVAS in that election, extremely very low turnout. You elected us with 112,000 votes. In this one, you spoke loudly. This election and this victory is not just victory, it is history made. Big history. Because in the history of Anambra's politics, you look at the bit in terms of the percentage of registered voters that voted in this election, about 22%. Never before. You've broken the 20% glass ceiling, as it were. In terms of percentage of votes actually also made to any incumbent. This is the third time a governor has been elected, re-elected, in Anambra's history since the beginning of this republic, since 1999. In 2010, you re-elected a governor with about 31% of the votes cast. In 2017, you re-elected a governor with 56% of the votes cast. In this one, you were very emphatic, very, very emphatic, by re-electing a governor. Yours sincerely, and my deputy, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, with 73% of the votes cast. We're very humbled by this, a show of solidarity, show of support, and your very emphatic statement that you stand with us. We applied for this job. You employed us 4 years ago, and we were sworn in probably three and a half years ago. And all I can say to you, like we said throughout the campaign, is that you haven't said anything yet. Well, look at the results. We only lost, out of 326 wards, electoral wards, we lost only 6. Only 6 wards lost. And out of 326, so probably about 320. 21 local governments over 21. So we used to say 21 over 21. This one will probably be talking in terms of the wards. About 97%, 98% of the wards that you secured. Very emphatic statement by India Anambra. Like I said before, we're very humbled. And like we said all through the campaign, and the Americans will say you ain't seen nothing yet. I want to say it again and again loudly, that with this trust, in partnership with all our stakeholders, in partnership with you, Ndi Anambra, in partnership with religious leaders, with our traditional and community leaders.
All right, welcome back, viewers. We just watched the videos, different videos of the electoral process, interviews, what have you, and also the welcome back speech of the governor of Nde Anambra. And with us in the studio, like I said earlier, is Mr. Obina Oguche, a political Oduche. Sorry about that. He's a political analyst, and he is going to be helping us throw more light as a political analyst on what we need to know or get informed about this last governorship election that held at Anambra State this Saturday. So coming to you, sir, what do you have to say about the just concluded Anambra governorship election?
Overview of the election.
Yes. From the result we have, shows that the governor had an overwhelming victory, won in all the local government. I think this is the first time we are having such result in a governorship election, especially in a state like Anambra State. Other elections, maybe the governor may win 15, 14 or thereabout, but he won 21 local governments. So it's a controlling win. He won massively. I'll give it to him for getting the 21 local governments of Anambra State. It calls for more work on his own side, more work and more development. Since Anambra people have given him that mandate, I think that he will not disappoint them, because they have given him that opportunity to go for another round of 4 years. What I expect is that he should be real and look back and know what actually he achieved in the first 4 years, because I was still, my memories are still sharp to remember that he told us during the first election that he will make Anambra State the Dubai of Nigeria. And I'm not saying that he has failed, but he himself needs to sit down and extrude to know whether the road to Dubai of Nigeria, whether he has been able to start the road. You know, every journey starts with a step.
Yeah.
Whether he has actually started the road, and if he has actually started or if he has not started, I think that this second 4 years will be an enablement for him to be able to start that journey. Because actually, we want Anambra to actually be the Dubai of Nigeria. It will be a place where people, investment destination of anybody that comes into Nigeria. Definitely, that is our prayer, and we hope he achieves it in this second term. We also plead with him to also overhaul his security architecture as it concerns the popularly called Akodo people in Anambra State, because of their excesses, the way they are using the so-called Akodo to destroy people, taking laws into their hands. He will also, I know that he, as a professor, he will overhaul that security architecture and know exactly what to do to refine it to have a human face. Also, on the area of Operation Udogachi and other vigilante outfits he has set up, he needs to x-ray them and remove the bad eggs that are bringing bad news and bad image to the state. You remember that is on the media how they invaded an NYSC abode and mesmerized the NYSC officials. It's not good. And also most of the killings that happened, they use their gun anyhow. Most of them are trigger happy. So he needs to overhaul them so that the second tenor Anambra people will have a sign of relief. They were most concerned in the area of security, seriously in the area of security. When people are not sure whether the security will secure them, is the worst. So please, we are just using this opportunity to plead with the governor. We know that he is Oluwatoegu as being adduced by Anambrarians or in Anambra media. He's all to use this medium to play with him, to look to this side too, and know what to do so that we can get it right. That's what we are pleading. Then in his developmental strides, he has tried in Anambra South. He has been able to put in a lot of resources in that state, in that side of the state. We give him kudos, but let him also use this second tenure to look at the other area, like Anambra Central in particular, because Anambra Central is lagging behind in these first 4 years. So we are begging him to use this opportunity to look at Anambra Central. He really tried in Okpoko. So that's why I felt that Anambra North have gotten something in the first 4 years. He transformed Okpoko, and Okpoko that used to be slum. People, if you tell anybody you are living in Okpoko, then you will be seen as one of those poor, wretched, poverty to the ashmouth people. But you can see that Okpoko, he transformed it. For the first time, we have roads in Okpoko, and we have General Hospital in Okpoko. And Okpoko became a place where people can be proud to say that I am living in Okpoko. So he tried in Anambra North to that effect, but we don't have a place in Anambra Central we can point and say this kind of development was carried out during his tenure, during his first term. So we are actually pleading with him, calling on him to look at Anambra Central in these second 4 years. In terms of education, we also pleading with him to look inwards, because it's like Anambra State is going backward in education. These first 3 years, we are continually going down. Anambra is known to be among the first 3 in Nigeria when it comes to WAEC, JAMB, and all what's not. But these last 3 years, I don't know what went wrong, but he needs to look at it very well and know how to stimulate our educational sector so that Anambra will go back to where we used to be. These are the few things I have for him. I congratulate him for winning the election for the second time.
Okay, now will it be fair to say the people's voice have been heard and the Anambra have spoken, and with what you've outlined him doing in the Anambra North, will it be fair to say, okay, we're giving him this opportunity for him to right all the wrongs and do better this second tenure, which he's been re-elected again?
Definitely, election victory in Nigeria is by fair or foul. That is normal. So anyhow anybody wins the election, what matters is that he has been declared winner by the appropriate authority. And one of the INEC boss sometimes said, if you don't like it, go to court. So the election has come and gone. Whether Anambra people gave him or not, the Anambra has given him, because he reflects on the result. So anyhow we win election in Nigeria, it is by the way. But what matters is that when you have the power, when you have been given that saddle with that responsibility, you are expected to do better. So yes, having tried, like I enumerated, in Anambra South, in Anambra North, during the first tenure, we urge him to look at Anambra Central now, and also we urge him to look at the security of Anambra State generally, because definitely it's not something good, especially now that we're going into the festive period, the December, which is always the mass return of the Igbos, especially Anambrarians. Everybody comes home. He needs to beef up the security. He needs to overhaul. And if you look at the security of Anambra State, the vigilantes, I think it's always good for communities set up their vigilantes and manage their place. We always get good results, which is good with securities in the communities in Anambra State. They have taken that step. But when it comes to the central security, I advise him to look inward and work with the people, closely with the people he saddled with that responsibility, so that we make sure that the people that are doing those jobs are actually from Anambra State. Because if you are from Anambra State, you will have restraints. Because when you move 2-3 places, you will see somebody that knows you, that knows your father. So when you are walking, you walk knowing fully well that you will not be hidden if you commit anything. So it's very important that Anambra, which is the light of the nation, which will actually show the light. We don't need to have people that are from another state in our security, especially in our vigilantes, like we have set up in Anambra, so that it will help us. That's why if somebody, we have what we call sacrilege in our place. Sure. That if somebody from my town kills me, it is a taboo. Yeah. And that person is going to pay dearly for it. Whether he says it out or not, the gods of the land will definitely go after the person. And that person will no longer be what he or she used to be, for killing and for hiding that he killed. So it used to be a kind of deterrent for people that want to perpetuate such. Nobody from Anambra State or in a particular town in Anambra State will like to kill his brother or his sister directly. So that's, if you put those things into consideration, it will help to improve our security. Definitely.
All right, thank you, sir. Just like you said, you've said that the Anambra has given votes irrespective of how it happened, but just like the video we watched earlier, we saw incidents of vote buying. And the right
money changing.
Yes, and the man, when he was questioned, said, she asked me to show her what? Show like what?
Is it even allowed?
Is it even allowed in the first place? And this is just one of the many that went on wrong on that day. So do we beat our chest fully to see that the Anambra people have really chosen who they want to rule them? Secondly, we say, considering how things have been, there's also statements made from the current governor saying that he's going to deliver Anambra come 2027 to the president. So with this incident and with all of these that have played out, do we now see, or can we boldly say that it was really a free and a fair election and the voice of the people have been heard?
Definitely. You will know that the issue of vote buying is general. All the political parties are guilty. So for the fact that APGA won the election, we cannot adduce that APGA bought is because of vote buying that made them to win. No, other parties, they did their vote buying. So it's one of the traditions how we conduct election in Nigeria. People go to polling booths, use money. Do you know that some people were given biscuits and Coke, gala and Coke,
I heard
and 1,000 naira for them to vote? You understand? Because every party organizes how they are going to buy their votes, use what they want to use to induce people to vote for them. So definitely all the parties, they are all guilty of such. So we cannot say that it's true vote because of vote buy that made him to win. No. And you cannot rule out the fact that he has the structures in Anambra State. He has the structures, just like the local government chairmen are all from his party. All the councillors are all from his party. So you know that when all these people are his lineup, they have relatives. The councillors, they have relatives. When they are eating from the councillor, and the councillor is telling them, this is where you will go, definitely they will go there. Just like the local government, they are eating from the local government. He tells them, this is where you go for me to continue to stay here. They will definitely go there. So it is a chain. It's a chain. That's why we always refer to what we call power of incumbency. Yes, that's why we always refer to that. So it always plays positively to the sitting governor until we get to the level of amending our constitution, that if you want to contest, if you are in any position and you want to contest, you take a leave of office and leave the office from a particular time. You resign from your position, then go and contest. I think it will help to kill this second tenor, because if you come out and be an ordinary person, just like your opponents, it will help to have a level playing ground among the contestants. But if you are sitting as a governor and you have all the apparatus of government within your reach, it is difficult for you have an age already. over whoever that is trying to contest with you. So in Nigeria, it has given the sitting governors and sitting presidents and the power to have, at least, they used to win the election 30% before the election. Yes, 30% before the election. Then what is being contested for on the election day is 70%. Which, you know, somebody that have gotten 30% already, for him to get 51% is simple. He just needed 21% for him out of the 70%. He just get 21%.
Sorry, we have a caller.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, your uncle, Mr. Som Tochukwu.
Good morning.
The beautiful co-uncle. I greet you.
Good morning.
I'm the only one permitted to call her that.
The just concluded election in Anambra State. To some of us in Nigeria who are so passionate about the electoral processes in Nigeria, we are not surprised by the outcome of the Anambra election. Because we all know that whoever has been either given a position, elected or rigged into a system, has it to complete whatsoever he's doing and then give chance to another person. However, the winning of Soludo in Anambra, for me, is a win for APC. It is not just a win for APGA. It's just a win for APC, because that tells you that in 2027, APC will win Anambra State. That is why some of us, we call Soludo the Amuneke of Southeast. You know, he has sold Anambra to the APC. It's just that he is managing the umbrella of Africa till today. You know, when he won election last 4 years, he rushed to the SS and visited Nnamdi Kanu, showed us the whole house, promised us that the next 1 week Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Today we are calling him Onukube. If you are in Igbo, your co-anchor is not an Igbo person. You should ask. Rudo is the Onukube of the Southeast, not just governor maker of the Southeast, because he talks too much. Do you expect him to lose the election where he instituted a security apparatus that took over all the structures in Anambra State? He arrested all the native doctors, used the Udogachi and intimidate everybody in Anambra State in the name of creating security apparatus. Congratulations to him. He should finish his 8-year tenure, and he will sell just like P2P of Enugu State. He will sell Anambra State officially to APC in 2027. Thank you.
Who is the P2P of Enugu State, Mr. Eze? Mr. Eze?
Yes.
Please, who is the P2P of Enugu State?
Okay, reacting to what he said, that Governor will sell the state to APC in 2027. I laugh at him because he doesn't know the politics of Anambra State. Anambra is a peculiar state when it comes to election. Anambra people vote for the people that are contesting election. They don't vote party most times. They vote individual. That's one thing about Anambra State. And the situation pattern determines how the voting pattern will be. So we are not talking about 2027 election now. When people are doing campaign, they will say things that will make them to win the heart of some people. Maybe people are the higher authority, so that they will give them a level playing ground. So when it comes to 2027 proper, we can't say what will happen 2027 by now. When the election of 2027 is around the corner, the happenings that time will determine what will happen during the voting. Where this is his election, his governorship election, and we expect him to win, as he has won as a sitting governor. But when it comes to another election that is not contesting, Anambra State is different. It's not like other states. Anambra will speak their mind, and whoever that is there will not change it. That's one thing about Anambra.
Okay, now we see, I don't know if we really have an opposition party in Nigeria as a whole, as it stands now. When we talk of PDP, you would think, okay, before now, PDP used to be a formidable force or something. And looking at the table, PDP is not even on the 4th position. They came 6th. And how it stands now, we're talking about the convention coming just few days from now. Do you even see this convention happening with the fractions we have? And can we really say there's going to be a comeback for PDP in 2027?
One thing you will know is that PDP is in a total mess. It has been politicized, it has been destroyed, and I'll find it difficult to see them getting their footing before 2027 election, because there will be a lot of litigations. They do convention, this one will go to court, there will be litigations here and there, so it will be difficult for PDP to put their ass together and be able to present a formidable force in the next election. As you said, we don't have strong opposition in Nigeria. There's no strong opposition because all the parties has been mesmerized. Labour Party, that would have been on the forefront of the opposition, has been mesmerized. So those things are counting. It actually affected Anambra State election. You can see the party that came second is APC with about 99,000 votes to 422,000 votes of the governor. You can see the difference. So that shows you how bad it is. The parties are almost there. What we are seeing in Nigeria now is a one-party state where you have only APC. Yes, PDP, I pray for them, but as it stands, I don't think that they will come out of this dungeon soon. And 2027 is around the corner. Let me tell you, by 2026, governance will stop. What you will see is campaign. That is the thing. It's campaign that you will see in 2026. So now that they've not been able to get their ass together this year, it will be difficult for them to get it right by next year. And before you know it, the election will be around the corner.
Okay, sir. What can you say about APC in Lagos asking P2B to reconsider his presidential ambition come 2027?
Is it because of the fact that P2B lost to APC in his polling booth, in his polling unit in the state? This is not the first time it will happen. Having won Lagos State in the last presidential election, I don't think that this alone is enough for anybody to tell Obi to reconsider his ambition. It's until 2027. That's when people will know what is happening. If you are telling him to reconsider, are you afraid of him? Since you have won him in his polling booth in this election, I think it will give you a strong mind, you that wants to defeat him. It will give you a strong mind that you will defeat him in 2027. So the issue of telling him to reconsider shows that you are still jittery over his involvement in the election. So let's wait until, like I said, a lot of things will still happen. A lot of things will still happen before 2027 election. We cannot stand now to say what will happen in 2027. Nobody can stand now to say it because a lot will still happen before the election. It is after that we'll be able to see, and we have the candidates that are coming out from different parties. It is in that one that you will be stand to analyze them. But now, for now, we don't have anybody. So you cannot analyze anything. If you analyze only party, fine. APC is one party in Nigeria that almost all the governors have decamped to. You understand? So understanding that the governors, they have the powers, they have the power of incumbency to determine who wins election in their domain. Yes, it counts a lot. That's why I said earlier that a sitting governor or a sitting president contesting an election has won 30% of the election before the election date. Now, what is contesting to get is 21%.
So what would be your advice to citizens listening to you right now come 2027 election? What is that word you're going to give to them? Because everyone is feeling like my votes don't count. Even when I vote, it doesn't matter. So what would be your advice to them?
My advice to them is that if you don't have your voter's card, go and register when they start registration. Register and have your voter's card, and be ready to vote 2027. We are the ones that can always change it. If we believe and continue to tread on that path that even if I vote or I did not vote, whoever will win, the trajectory will continue. But if we come out and say enough is enough and everybody is out, everybody voted, you will see that there will be no margin for anybody to rig election. Let me give you an instance. If this Anambra State election, you can see that they uploaded 99% of the results, I think before 12 o'clock on that day, because there was a serious voter apathy in Anambra. So there was voter apathy. People didn't come out to come and so most stations before 10 o'clock, before 11, they were gisting. There's nobody again to come. So they closed voting on time and they will be able to upload their results. So if INEC has been able to do that, and if National Assembly will make it a law that uploading election result to the IRF is now law, that INEC must do that. If that is done, you'll see that 2027 election will be a bit different. But not that, we know our politicians, they will always look for a way to slip away from the law. Now, if that is done, you will see that if election is conducted and concluded in a polling booth, it will be uploaded live to the IRF. So you see that you coming out to vote will count a lot. But if you stay back and said, I will not come out to vote, how can you make that change? How can you contribute to that change? So I think that the best thing is for everybody, get your voter's card ready. On the day of election, call it a duty, a national duty, to come out on that day and cast your vote. We will continue to try until we get it right. If we don't try, we will not get it right. We'll continue trying until one day things will change. And when things change, we stand on that.
All right, thank you so much. Because of our time in 60 seconds, give us your last words, sir.
Oh, I thank God for a wonderful election in Anambra State. And I pray that INEC will stand on that to improve more on this 2027 election. We have more off-season selection, and I pray that they will improve more. Those things will test what they want to do in 2027. And I urge Anambrarians to be law-abiding and wait for their governor, that their governor definitely will bring something new. He must have learned from the first 4 years and be able to bring a positive change in these second 4 years.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for that contribution. Over to you, Rachel.
Okay, we say congratulations to Governor Soludo. These 4 years you have a lot. It's not that much though, but you have a lot to do, and we hope with this time you were able to achieve much than you did the previous tenure. And today, as we start DIFCON, go out there and experience God in a new dimension. Be ready and willing to receive from God. Something.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And in the Anambra, let's believe that you have chosen and your voice has been heard. So Governor Soludo, please take into consideration the need of your people. Take into consideration the security. Take into consideration all that needs to be done to make life a better place for the Anambarians. This 4 years would be a test of time to see if indeed it was worth it, or if indeed it was a waste of time. Thank you very much for being with us, our viewers. Thank you so much, Rachel, for being with me. Thank you so much, Mr. Obina, for being with me on this show. And we want to use this opportunity to remind you that DIFCON starts today, and it will be streamed live on the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN. So please turn on your notifications, subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook channels, so as soon as we begin, you will be one of the first to be notified. And also turn on to your screen who would also be televising live on our TV station. Until we'll come your way next time, I am Okizo Somtochiko, and bye for now.
DIFCON 2025 here. The Church of Nigeria Divine Commonwealth Conference 2025 is here with the theme, "And the Lord Remembered," taken from 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 19. It is another time of worship, fellowship, and recommissioning of the generals and saints of God. The event will feature many activities including Bible study, seminars, special prayers, uplifting worship, a time for rededication, and lots more. There will also be free medical care at the venue. Date: Monday, November 10th to Friday, November 14th, 2025. Venue: National Christian Center, Central Business District, Abuja. Convener: the Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, Primate of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. Come and be blessed. Jesus is Lord.